In my research lab, we're interested in trying to understand why we sleep and how we sleep. It's very clear that sleep is biologically important for our brains. So one of our goals is to apply what we understand about healthy sleep so that we can understand when those natural processes go wrong, how or why you develop a particular sleep disorder. And one of the things that we're most interested in my lab is called narcolepsy. And narcolepsy is a disorder of wakefulness. And so people with narcolepsy have a really hard time staying awake. The brain is actually incredibly busy when you're sleeping. The brain just doesn't simply shut off. And what we do here in my laboratory is we try to understand what parts of the brain are turning on and turning off during sleep so that you have a natural night of sleep. We use a lot of different technologies. We put little electrodes all over the skull, and we're able to measure the brainwave activity. And those brainwaves are what tells us what type of sleep you're engaged in. We're now using new tools that come from engineering and chemical engineering and genetics. And those tools are amazing because what we can actually do now is target a very specific group of cells in the brain, and we can either turn those cells on or turn those cells off with an amazing ability to do that quickly, as if we were manipulating their normal behavior. And why this is so useful for us is we can, in a sense, replicate disease. So I mentioned earlier that we're interested in narcolepsy, and people with narcolepsy fall asleep very, very quickly. So what we can do is start asking what cells in the brain are responsible for narcolepsy using these new technological advances called optogenetics and chemogenetics. Losing half a night of sleep impairs your brain to the same level as it does when you're legally drunk. Yet people do this routinely. Some of them, my dear colleagues, who will, in a sense, brag about how hard they work, how little sleep they get. And I always say to them, you could do so much better if you got a good night of sleep.